stealing people's shoes and hiding them. As long as you leave them in the place where they can be found, and the person finds them, whatever, then that's fine. If you want to start jumping around naked in the garden, which personally I don't want to see, but you know, this train ain't coming around again. Like I said, when I leave those doors, I'm leaving it all behind me. Do you know what I mean? That's me.
Yeah, but like you said, it's probably wait. Rather than promising chaos now, I don't know, it's interesting.
A tricky one. Well, you know, you'll figure out the answer yourself. Trust me. I mean, I doubt people will say he's only doing it now because he's gone up for eviction. I mean, it's not like you're running around naked in the garden. You know, there's people who do that, or they decide to go and get a quick, you know, they start getting off with some chick and get a hand job or whatever.
But,
it is,
it's, you know, it's like with my series, first couple of weeks were all very pleasant. And I think, you know, the public are very bright. And they watch these shows, and if you suddenly start to do running around the garden naked or outspoken, then I think they wouldn't buy it. And you kind of say, well, you know, just let the boys do their work. I don't know. It's fascinating. Kind of weirdly back to everyone is expected, I think, to fall into roles.
Fair play. Yeah, well, so I think the role we're facilitating is really what's best for us. We're not being nasty. We're not being malicious. We're just, you know, talking about what we see going on, and pretty much most of it's true, to be honest. So, you know, people say, oh, those two are the villains. They're scheming. But at the end of the day, no one's being hurt by it. People will come out and look at it. I'm sure they'll have a giggle as well. Do you know what I mean? And that's the best, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure come next Wednesday, if it's vote to evict, for all I know, I could be gone. I'd be surprised if it was vote to evict, if there was no nominations and it was vote to evict. I'd be surprised if I was here. I'd be like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Based on what happened on BB5. You know? But fuck it. I came in, I was picked out of hundreds, and I, you know, came in, stirred the pot a little, you know. I've got some more questions tomorrow. Just had a cool day. We had to do the task, and that was the most important thing. So tomorrow, if it's another day where we sit around, I'd love to stir the pot a little bit more, you know what I mean? Just see, you know, bring some fresh things to the fore. See what else we can bring.
Yeah, but are those questions going to make that person look better, or...?
Why would I do that? Do you know what I mean? This is a mutually beneficial partnership. I'm not going to ask something that's going to make someone look better, am I? You know, I'll draw out what needs to be drawn out to keep things ticking along the way that I think they'll run best. You know? Don't worry about it. You know? It's just got to be one of the ones where everyone's together, and then we'll do it. 6 people was a surprise, but it's a good surprise, though.
6, I know. I know. My nomination, or my change in my mind, could have altered it. Or if Coolio would have been here, if
Coolio was able to soak up so many, it would have been ridiculous. You wouldn't even have been up if Coolio was there.
And that is a fascinating thing, isn't it? But then, if Coolio hadn't have joined the house, I could have been one of the first out.
Possibly, but that's always the risk, isn't it? Who knows? Life from the snug. You need to spend more time in it. It's quite spacious in there. It is. You wouldn't know.
I wonder if they use our little insert. I think it's quite fun.
So do I. I'd like them. It would be funny. I reckon they will. I reckon they will. It's just because if you look at it, what the fuck goes on in a day? It's not. It hasn't been as ultimate as I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be proper, like, crash, bang, wallop.
So So if I do stay, we can do more
Of course we
Big
are.
Brother, Little Brother's Cousin.
Cousin, yeah.
And we could do the psychology of the game show as well on tomorrow's show.
Exactly. We can add interesting little featurettes in it. Psychology, I mean, just as much. I mean, there's people who'll be disappointed in Michelle Bass. I was surprised. Michelle Bass, you know, last time she came, she was a Hellcat. She was a vixen. Now she's just, you know, she's nice, she's quiet, she's demure, no tits out, you know. Beforehand, last time she was there, she was running about. Now, I like her anyway. Michelle's a mate of mine, so I've nothing bad to say about her. But it's just, I just can't believe the change. It's phenomenal.
Well, I think, you know, it's kind of cathartic to come back
It is.
and enjoy the experience. And I think the only thing that's concerned me is when you guys came in, is when you think, I wonder how one is being portrayed.
You were so quiet, Nick. There's nothing you did I didn't see. Quiet. Literally, you talked to Preston, blah, blah, blah. That's why I don't think you'll go. I mean, the only reason you would go is because of what happened 10 years ago. That is it. That is it. And that's just idiots who didn't... Like, all my friends loved you because... also, what we knew was that it was just writing a bit of thing on the paper. But at the same time, it was a game, you know what I mean? It's a game. If you could try and influence things and move things about for your own benefit, of course you should. Of course you should. Influence what you can influence.
Yeah.
So if there's any boneheads out there who, you know, there was people before I came in, who were clamouring for you to on the forums saying, yeah, Nasty Nick should be there. He's a legend, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You want all the heavyweights in there. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, it's not ultimate Big Brother.
Then technically, I wonder, because I've been normal and sweet, if that...
will backfire.
Yeah.
To some extent, it might. But it also keeps you... It won't backfire enough to put you in harm's way, I would say. I wonder who nominated you. And for what yeah, maybe, but it's like, if it wasn't her, who and for what reason then? Because you haven't argued with anybody.
No.
You haven't made any jokes at anyone's expense.
No.
You know?
I've just found it very difficult with her because I've tried to be very friendly to her, and it's like I've read things about her that I don't think's great, but open arms, and she is a year older, so technically we should get on. But like you said, she said some things behind my back which I don't think is very nice, and I made an effort, so I presume her, but it could have been just. But who else would have done it? God, you just never know.
Exactly, you don't.
I don't think Preston would have. Oh, I think Nadia.
Interesting.
So I think I got 2. Maybe Makosi got 3. Maybe Ulrika got 3.
The others might have got 1s.
Yeah.
Or Nadia might have got a couple.
Well, she could have got 2.
You never know with these things. It's just interesting.
I can't wait to see the DVD of those nominations.
Ultimate Big Brother at the end. I can't believe we made it, Nick. I mean, do you know what I mean? It's like what Brian was saying. Do you know how many people? I just remember coming in and it was like...
It's funny, I think this show won't give Brian much more work. I don't think it would, for the rest of us, will be a blind bit of difference.
Nah. Not at all, mate.
Unless, of course, things come out the woodwork that we're supposed to have done or have done.
Imagine. I remember the first time round. It was more of a bloodbath. But this time it's like there's no guys in the house. Do you know what I mean? It's just me, you, and Preston. That is rough. Do you know that? It's like
Yes.
brutal on us.
And if a girl goes and a guy goes, you'll be down to you, Preston Bryant.
Me and Preston, really.
Yeah.
Brown will be the first to admit he's one of the girls. But that means I'll just be on my own. Because Preston, I'll speak to him a few times a day, but most times he's with him and Chantel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. Imagine. Ultimate. People on E4 must be pissing themselves.
That's what I find sad, that, you know, it's we should be up even for them.
Mm.
But Brian and Thing are talking, so they'll probably cut to them for the live feed.
Could have waited till after they've gone to bed.
No, because it's recorded, it'd be noted. It'd be very funny if they did it. It'd be very funny if they'd put a little segment in the show called Big Brother's Little Brother's Cousin. Important music. Cut it nicely.
Cue important music. Important music. Oh, that makes me laugh.
I do make you laugh, don't I?
You do, man. You're a funny guy, I'll give you that. Spencer would have been hilarious. Imagine if the three of us had been